welcome back to my channel. I have a very special video for you guys today, and it is sharing my entire luxury jewelry collection. I'm going to be showing you pretty much every piece that I own, including necklaces, earrings, jewelries, bracelets, everything like that, and I'm going to show you how I style them and what my daily pieces and favorite pieces are. I think picking the right jewelry really pulls a look together, so I am hoping that this video can give you a little inspiration for the coming holiday season or even next year. So let's get started, but before we do, hi, I'm Somidoshoppers. I make videos once or twice a week on luxury and fashion. I also love vlogging my life here in SF, taking you guys along shopping with me, and I only just started my luxury collection back in 2021, so if you're also just starting out your luxury collection and building it up, I would love it if you subscribe so you can build our collections together. Now let's jump right into the jewelry, and I wanted to start off this video by showing you a piece that I have been literally wearing daily since I got them, and they are these beautiful diamond studs from Idyl. Now Idyl was kind enough to part sponsor this video with me, and they make the most luxurious, beautiful, affordable diamonds that I have ever seen. These diamond studs that you see here are actually a modular two-piece. They consist of this medium diamond stud in the middle, and then they have a detachable pave circle ring called the Amelia that I've attached to it to make these beautiful halo diamond studs. Idyl is a company that focuses on affordability and sustainability without sacrificing anything in terms of quality and looks, and they are absolutely stunning pieces. All of Idyl pieces are made from lab-grown diamonds, which make them super affordable and ethical. They're also made by hand with 14 karat gold, so you know that you're getting quality pieces that are meant to last the test of time. All of Idyl pieces come with this little warranty here that lasts for 2 years, and this certifies that all their diamonds are color D to G as well as VS clarity. If any of you are married or engaged, you know how important it is for your diamond to have top grade color and clarity, and Idyl delivers just that. Idyl provides free worldwide shipping and returns, which is huge for me. I never buy from a company that doesn't provide free returns, so you can have peace of mind that you only keep what you love. This beautiful diamond necklace is also from Idyl. This is the Cocoa attachment, and I was absolutely blown away by this because this attachment can be worn both as this necklace here that creates such a statement in any outfit that I wear, but it can also be attached to my earrings to create a dangling look. And that is what I love about Idyl, the fact that you can mix and match, stack, and layer these pieces into so many different combinations, allowing you to complement any event, season, or outfit without breaking your bank is so wonderful to me. All their pieces come beautifully packaged in these adorable little boxes, and I highly recommend that you check them out. They are just such a great company for daily wear. I shower in these, I exercise in these, and they have not lost their shine in any sense. Their website will be linked down below. Please go check them out. They always have amazing deals and sales going on, so I highly recommend that you do. I'm sure you've seen Idyl everywhere. So many different people are wearing them and loving all their pieces, so Idyl was kind enough to send me something to give away to you guys to help start your Idyl collection. If you want to win some beautiful diamonds, please watch until the end of the video to hear all the giveaway rules and details. Okay, now let's move on to the rest of my collection. So I'm going to start with the necklaces and then move on to earrings and then move on to rings. So here I've just organized the best of my capabilities. There's not really any real organization. I kind of just place things as I kind of bought them, and then there are separated a little bit more like on fashion jewelry and then fine jewelry. But just starting from left to right for my jewelry pieces, I have some Tiffany necklaces here in sterling silver. Now these necklaces here, especially this first one, I was given when I was quite young, like in high school or younger, from friends and family. So these are kind of like my first fine jewelry pieces, and I absolutely love Tiffany's. Their sterling silver is so radiant and beautiful, and I love that they provide their lifetime cleaning services. So anytime it does get tarnished, you are able to just drop it off at the store and they're going to polish it so it looks brand new again. If you are thinking about giving away any gifts for any loved ones, especially younger people, I think sterling silver is a great way to just kind of start off a beautiful, lovely collection for them. Tiffany sterling silver is quite affordable, and they have a lot of really cute pieces like this little heart design with the diamond inset inside of it, and it just has a very special place in my heart. The next beautiful piece here is another sterling silver Tiffany necklace, and it is of a little cross here. I think crosses can be religious if you want them to be. They don't have to be. I think they are perfect for just stylistic choices as well, but it is just a really nice neutral. I do feel like particularly for Tiffany necklaces, their chain links are a little bit longer than I'd like. Typically, I love this chain link here that you see from Idyl where it sits quite close to my neck. These ones definitely sit lower than that, and definitely just a stylistic choice for you. Some people like to extend their chain links even, and Tiffany will extend or shorten chain links for you when you purchase or even after you purchase. So Tiffany just provides really well-rounded service, and you can get any kind of piece for any occasion there. Next up is a really old piece, and it is just a really cute piece, but it does also have a special memory in my heart. This was given to me by my mom when I think I was in maybe 3rd or 4th grade. It is from Swarovski, and it is just this beautiful little dove holding a heart pendant in its mouth. It's just so adorable. I don't even really think this is sterling silver. I actually never really inquired what the jewelry is, but this has never ever tarnished. And I think some people sleep on Swarovski a little bit, but I think that Swarovski does provide really high quality pieces. They're perfect for gifts, they're perfect for you. They have a lot of pieces that are stackable and also still give a really luxurious feel. So I have a couple pieces from them and I absolutely love them. I have another one coming up that I do have kind of a funny story behind, but I don't think I'll ever get rid of this piece just because it is just has a little special place in my heart. I think that whenever you receive a gift from someone at any time, at any age, you know, it just has that memory every time you put it on. I don't think I wear this as often because it has just a little bit too cute of a feel for me, but definitely when I have a daughter, I do want to pass it down to her. And it just has that special memory linked to it. So next up are some really essential necklaces I think everyone should have in their collection, and they are stud necklaces. So I have 2 here, both of white gold. I'm just gonna pull one because they're pretty similar. But this one is absolutely beautiful. It is a white gold chain and it has kind of a guilloche cutting around it. And it also has a lab-grown diamond in the center, and I got this from a Korean brand called Justina, and I do have quite a few Korean pieces in my collection that I would love to share with you guys because they are also really affordable and beautiful. So you can see here that this lab-grown diamond just sparkles so much, and additionally because it does have that guilloche kind of halo around it, it just catches the light even more. And particularly for me, I do love my diamonds. I don't know who doesn't, but I also really love cut guilloche pieces as well because I feel like cut metal can shine just as brilliantly as a diamond. Anytime I find a beautiful guilloche in a ring, earring, or necklace, I just have to have it. Like I said, these kind of really simple pieces are so stackable, so if you have kind of a more statement piece, you can layer it just above it, and this also does look really beautiful with this Idyl necklace that I have on right here. In terms of white gold and silver, I do think that they do have a very distinctive kind of whiteness and shine to them. I think if you're just starting out your fine jewelry collection, sterling silver is a great place to start because of the lower price point. It does require a little bit more care because they tend to tarnish, but as long as you get like a little jewelry polishing cloth, that shouldn't be an issue. But white gold and gold in general just stands the test of time, right? You never have to worry about weather exposure, water exposure, anything like that. So ultimately long term, gold pieces will last you much longer than silver pieces do. So these days I try to buy less sterling silver or fashion jewelry and just focus a little bit more on pure gold pieces because I know that they'll just last me a much longer time, and they're passed down from generations more easily just because they do have that longevity factor. Like I said, I wear these Idyl earrings, which are 14 karat gold, in the shower all the time. I wear them when I'm exercising and they look just the same as the day that I got them, and so that just proves again that white gold might just be a better investment when you're choosing kind of between the two. We're now going to move on to my rose gold pieces. I am a true rose gold girly. Rose gold is just so popular in Asia. Honestly, when you go to like the jewelry boutiques in Asia, they definitely show you and display more rose gold pieces than any other color of gold. And I think that just with kind of like my pinky kind of yellow undertones, rose gold just looks really good on me, and so I tend to gravitate a lot more towards rose gold. However, because my collection is really maxed out on rose gold, I am trying to expand a lot more into yellow gold and white gold as well, and you'll kind of see that as we go through my collection. But I'm just going to start off with, most of these are actually from Korea just because, like I said, rose gold is much more popular in Asia than it is in America, but a lot of these pieces are still able to be bought here in the US even though they're sourced from Korea. So I'm going to try to leave links down below for anything that you see here. But the first thing here is from my favorite jewelry company in Korea, and they are called Dior Chanel. So this is just a stunning rose gold necklace. It has this beautiful circle and then half kind of like halo pave around an aquamarine center, and I got this on my birthday I think in 2021, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I tend to go for really dainty and fine jewelry. I like it when the chain's very thin. I like it when the pendant at the bottom is quite muted and small, and this one is just wonderful because although the pendant isn't small, because it is an aquamarine stone, it really has that kind of like ephemeral, kind of beautiful muted feel to it, and then the half halo kind of just like blends everything together as well. And I think that the craftsmanship from this particular jeweler in Korea is just so beautiful. This brand, Dior Chanel, in Korea is quite popular among celebrities. You find it in a lot of dramas, and they are actually really well known for their kind of like Parisian look. So they actually have a lot of like really statement gold pieces as well, but they also have a lot of these really cute muted ones as well. I have kind of like a mixture of both. I'm hoping to maybe next time I go to Korea get some more kind of like out there pieces, but we will just have to wait and see. Next up is just a super simple piece. It is just a rose rose gold chain with a solid circular rose gold pendant. If you look really closely, there's actually an S etched into it. I also got this as a gift, S for Somin. But this, again, is just a really beautiful daily piece. And even though it's not much, it's really nothing at all, if you wear it, people will notice. Even though it is small, because it is a solid gold pendant, it does still catch the eye, and this particular chain has slightly larger links than what I typically go for, so it gives a little bit more of a casual feel. Anytime I'm wearing like a chunky sweater with some jeans, this is like my go-to necklace because it's so casual, but it's still so elegant and chic. This is also from a Korean brand. The Korean brand is called Lloyd. They're a little harder to get in the US, I think. I'll have to double check if they do ship here at all, but they provide really affordable solid gold pieces. I think this necklace was probably like maybe like $40 or something, or $50 or something. It's very, very cheap and super affordable, so if you're ever in Korea, they have several boutiques around the city. You should definitely check out Lloyd. Next up is also from Lloyd. Again, it has a really similar feel to the last one, but instead of a solid gold ball pendant, it's actually got a whale's tail at the bottom with some pave. It's not actually diamonds, but it has cubic zirconia or something similar on the left side of the tail. And isn't it just so cute? I got this when I was a little bit younger as a gift as well. It was during a time where I was super into Our Planet with like David Attenborough kind of narrating it, and so one of my friends gave this to me as a gift because I am absolutely obsessed with animals and nature. And once again, just like the solid gold pendant, it just gives a really casual feel, and it is more of a kind of unique necklace, I think. And even though it's a whale's tail, the silhouette is still very chic and elegant. So I love wearing this anytime I'm wearing a casual outfit again, or even just kind of like a daily piece if I'm wearing to work. I don't like to wear anything too flashy at work, so usually I'll just gravitate towards something really simple, which is this necklace here. Next up is another piece from Dior Chanel, and it is this, once again, rose gold necklace, but it has these beautiful blue and green diamonds at the bottom. They're creating a little bit of a smile kind of at the bottom, and it just looks so beautiful because these diamonds have a really kind of murky pastel hue to them. Dior Chanel particularly loves to work with colored diamonds, so I have a couple of their pieces with colored diamonds, and they are so beautiful. Pinks, blues, reds, greens, you name it, they have made something with that diamond color in their pieces. And Dior Chanel is still quite affordable, and it's probably so because the diamond sizes are quite small. And even with the use of diamonds, I would say Dior Chanel is still quite an affordable brand. Dior Chanel takes a lot of inspiration from Parisian jewelry, and I particularly love it when the pendant portion is actually attached to the chain such that the pendant can't like move around, because one of my pet peeves is wearing a pendant that can shift around on the chain, and so the pendant and like the link portion at the back of your necklace kind of end up together in the front as you're just going about your day. So if it's up to me, I try to buy most of my pieces such that it's like this, so the pendant's always smack dab in the center of the chain and it can't move around. But this one I love using as a layering piece because it is just so neutral. So a lot of the times if I'm wearing a different rose gold necklace, I'll kind of have that one at the bottom, and this is kind of just stacked right on top of it, and it's just so beautiful. Next up is something very similar to that white gold stud necklace that I showed you earlier from Justina, but this is also from Justina from Korea, and again it is just kind of like a stud pendant, but this time it's in rose gold with a lab-grown diamond inside of it. Lab-grown diamonds are also extremely popular in Korea, again because of that affordable price point. And so this one you can see here is a little bit different. It doesn't have any guilloche cutting or surrounding to it, but it does have a beautiful little ball that attaches to the chain, and then you have an 8-prong setting of the lab-grown diamond. And again, this is just that essential piece that everybody needs in their wardrobe. You kind of need like one stud necklace diamond for each kind of color of gold that you like to wear, because again, you can layer it, you can stack it, you can wear it on its own. I love doing a lot of versatile pieces with my necklaces, and I love stacking them together, and so a piece like this where it's just one singular simple stud is a must-have. And then my last necklace from Korea again is from Dior Chanel, and this one is a stunning rose gold necklace with onyx and dark blue diamonds as the pendant. So I got this actually because I kind of wanted to test the waters of how I would feel if I had like a darker pendant, because I was considering getting maybe the onyx or kind of like a darker necklace from Van Cleef. So this kind of like dipped my toes in the water. It's a very, very tiny necklace, and it does pair with a couple earrings that I'll show you in just a bit, but I fell in love with this darker pendant. I think a lot of people might shy away. They might just want diamonds, or they might want something bright, but I think having just a little bit of a darker stone on you really draws attention to the necklace and just creates a beautiful statement without being too flashy. So this one is just, again, super tiny. and I wear it very casually, but with the onyx and the dark blue diamonds, it is just beautiful and it really catches the light. I have received so many compliments on this necklace. I don't think you see too many onyx pieces or even, you know, blue diamond pieces that people are wearing these days, so having something like this always kind of creates a conversation for me. Next, we are going to move on to my Van Cleef pieces, and I cannot lie, these are probably the pieces that I wear the most. They are just so classic and elegant. So once again, have to stay true to my rose girly roots, but it is their rose gold sweet Alhambra hammered necklace. And this is probably the necklace that I wear the most, I would say, in terms of my rose gold necklaces. I love that the rose gold of Van Cleef is not too pink. There's a couple brands where the rose gold is just really, really pink. For example, like Rolex rose gold is like super, super pink. And so I love to find rose gold pieces from the high-end luxury boutiques that do have a little bit more of an in-between rose gold, where it's definitely pink, but it definitely can even be stacked or paired well with yellow gold as well. And I chose this hammered necklace because, well, number one, I always wear my sweet rose gold hammered bracelet here, so I did want to get this to match. But the hammered pieces from Van Cleef are just really, really low maintenance. Like I was saying, again, gold is going to last the test of time. It's not going to have any tarnishing. You can wear it all the time. The stones at Van Cleef can have different hardnesses, softnesses. It can have different affinities to water, but you don't have to worry about any of those when you get a rose gold or a solid gold piece from Van Cleef, and that's primarily the reason why I chose it. Additionally, I chose the hammered piece because it just wears so well. Gold is a pretty soft metal, so it can get scratched pretty easily, but with the hammered pieces, you really can't tell at all because there's already that kind of texture there. And so if you were thinking about getting your first Van Cleef collection, I would highly recommend starting with the sweet size Alhambra, just so you can get a feel of if you even like the style or not. And then additionally, I would really recommend getting their all gold pieces, just because, of course, like their most common is their yellow gold white mother of pearl, which is definitely a great starting piece as well. But pearl is quite sensitive. You have to take it off. You can't let it touch water, which is so ironic because pearls come from the sea. But this is just a really daily, super great wearing piece that you can wear all the time and just get that cost per wear down. And so this by far is my most worn jewelry piece in my collection, I think. And it just goes to show how much I love it. So once again, I would highly recommend this as your first starting piece for your Van Cleef collection. Next up is another super classic piece from Van Cleef. I really could not have it in my collection, and it is their yellow gold with white mother of pearl sweet Alhambra pendant. Again, I think that I'm much more of like a daily kind of fine dainty jewelry person, so I much prefer the sweet sizes over the vintage or even the magic sizes. So this was just a no-brainer to add to my collection. I don't wear too much yellow gold, but like I was saying, I wanted to kind of start expanding that collection, and I thought this was a really great piece because I love the white from the pearl, because I love to wear a lot of white in my outfits, and then the yellow gold is just really, really dainty and fine with this really thin chain, and then just the Alhambra setting for the pearl. This is another really great starting piece to your collection. Again, with the sweet size, you kind of get that lower price point, but you can also get the feel and the look of the Van Cleef Alhambra collection. But if you're just really a no-fuss person, you want to put on your necklace and never take it off, this mother of pearl is not going to be for you because mother of pearl is quite soft. It is very sensitive to water, so you're going to have to take it off when you shower or when you exercise if you want to keep this lustrous pearl look. But I definitely wear this piece a lot too, especially because in a minute we'll get to the matching earrings that I have as well, and it is just so cute and beautiful. I think Van Cleef is pretty saturated right now. A lot of people do have a lot of Van Cleef pieces, and maybe some people think it's a little bit too much kind of mainstream now and it's a little bit less quiet luxury, but this Alhambra silhouette is just so classic. It's never going out of style, so you know that you can wear this for as long as you want, and then if you want, you can pass it on to your daughters. And then my last necklace in my collection is definitely my most statement piece as well, and it is from Van Cleef. It is their vintage yellow gold guilloche pendant, and oh my gosh, does this turn heads. Like I was saying in the very beginning, I love cut gold because it just shines so radiantly, even there's no gems in it. So, you know, if this was filled with diamonds, the price point would shoot crazy high, but because it's just cut gold, it's still an expensive piece, but it's much less of a price, even though you still get that beauty and radiance from it. If there was a rose gold version of this, I probably would have gotten the rose gold version, but unfortunately they don't have a just singular rose gold vintage pendant yet. I'm hoping they come out with it because their recent collection back in the summer was of the rose gold carnelian kind of like 5 motif ring and necklace as well, so I'm hoping hoping one day they will bring like the rose gold guilloche for a holiday pendant or something like that, and at that point I'm going to snatch it up. This is pretty much my only statement jewelry piece. I think as I get older I am opening up to getting kind of like larger, more statement pieces because I think they are more suited for formal occasions. But oh my god, it's so beautiful, and again, because it's solid gold, it just requires a little less maintenance. I will say that people have said that the guilloche kind of scratches like perpendicular to the cut lines that radiate from the center. Mine doesn't have any noticeable scratches, I will say, but if you wear this for a while, you can see kind of a little bit of like dirt accumulating in these ridges on the pendant, but they're quite easy to clean. I usually just, again, grab my polishing cloth and I kind of just rub it down for a little bit, and then it just is good to go and looks just like the day that I bought it. Now let's move on to the earrings. I'm going to start with some of my fashion jewelry. I don't have too much because my ears are quite sensitive. When I first got my ears pierced back when I was 18, I think it took like 3 years for my ears to heal, and that was just because I was really sensitive to a lot of different metals. Now that they've healed, I can wear fashion jewelry for short periods of time, but I can't like always have them in. So a lot of my jewelry is mainly gold, but you know, you can't really resist when there's a really cute release from one of your favorite fashion houses. So the first one that I'm going to show you is a very classic look from Dior, and it is one of their tribal earrings. So all tribal earrings kind of have like the same motifs going on. They have a small pearl in the front, and then they have a detachable huge pearl in the back, and typically there will be kind of like some kind of dangly charm on it, or the very classic ones don't have any charm at all. But I love these. Again, I love things that are modular, just like the Idyl pieces that I just showed you, where you can kind of detach the front, you can detach the back, and you can pair them any which way. So if I'm just feeling very casual and I want to just fly under the radar, I usually take off this front piece here and just attach a no-show backing to it. And then additionally, if I wanted to go all out, I have a couple of other kind of branded earrings as well that I can attach to the front of this, and it will just become an extra statement piece. But I chose these because they are rose gold. I really can't escape the rose gold calling my name. It's like a siren song to me every time I step into a jewelry store and I see rose gold. But I thought this is a little bit special because typically the tribal earrings are yellow gold and then they have the white pearl. This one is a pink pearl, which I don't have any pink pearls. And then they also have the rose gold hardware CD logo here. This is definitely more statement than what I typically wear, so I saved these for a little bit more of a special occasion. But I do think that they're really nice and, again, so versatile because they don't always have to be statement with their detachable small pearl front. So if you are considering these, you thought, oh my gosh, the Dior tribals are just way too big, they're way too loud, I would not actually say that. I thought that at the beginning too, and I really hated the design at first, but I went into a store, I tried them, and I actually fell in love. So these went home with me that day. Next up are another kind of statement piece, and they are my Chanel earrings, and they have the beautiful Chanel CC logo on the top, and then they have this beautiful pearl dangling from the bottom. I love pearls. I think they're so feminine. You can see the pearls here on my little cardigan, but I think that pearls just match me really well just because I, again, like I said, love dressing in whites, and so they really complement any outfit that I have, and they're just so elegant, beautiful, and dainty. But these CC earrings are in Chanel's champagne gold, so they have all gold, they have a silver, and they also have this champagne gold, which I think pretty much leans silver, I would say, but it does have a little tint of yellow to it, so it is champagne-y if you can say the least, but they are quite statement as well. I think I gravitate a little bit more towards these than the CD because I do believe that the rose gold at Dior is quite pink. I think the champagne gold that Chanel does gives you that beautiful kind of like off-white look. Sometimes I do think that the silver or the steel does shine a little bit too much, and so this kind of blends in with the outfit. It would go really well with what I'm wearing today, actually. But Chanel, I think, makes really cute statement jewelry, really cute logo jewelry, but Chanel also has a really high price point, and you know, for, I don't know, what, $700, you can definitely easily get a really nice SLG for that price. And that's another reason why I kind of tried to stop buying a lot of fashion jewelry, because I just felt like at that point the price isn't worth it anymore, because, you know, this isn't a real pearl, there aren't real jewels, this isn't made out of gold, so what makes it $700, $800? You're simply paying for the brand, which is fine. I think definitely a couple pieces you can pay for the brand and have them, but I don't think you need like 10 of these in your collection, because a lot of that money can go towards something much more nicer and long lasting, which would be kind of solid gold pieces. Next up are another pair of Chanel earrings. These ones though are a little bit smaller, so a little bit more of a casual look. They are in yellow gold and they have these beautiful little pearls in the CC logo. This was, I actually think, my very first kind of like luxury fashion earring purchase. but I thought it was so dainty and cute with the tiny little pearl detailings. And actually what I'm noticing now is I just have like all my kind of fashion jewelry has pearls in it. You can kind of see what look I gravitate towards, but again, because it's a little bit small, I actually really liked it because you can wear it without drawing too much attention to yourself, but just adding that little extra piece of luxury to your outfit. And again, I think that kind of like yellow gold and pearls match so well together, and so this was just a beautiful, cute addition to my collection. Next up, we have one more earring from Dior, and I think this is probably actually my favorite fashion jewelry piece. It is this absolutely adorable, again, modular jewelry piece from Dior. At the front stud, we have the actual word Dior, and then on the back, which is removable, we have this kind of trio of studs. It has a single stud, a star, and then a pearl to it. And again, I love this because you can just wear the Dior by itself, which creates a really cute daily look, something that nobody's gonna look too closely at, but you can also take the backing and attach it to any front that you want. So I have attached this backing to like a solid pearl earring, and you get that really cute pearl effect, and I've attached it to a lot of different other earrings as well. So I really value modularity in a lot of my jewelry pieces. I love looking for pieces that can be kind of spiced up in a different way so you never get bored of your jewelry piece, because I think a vice that a lot of people deal with is that they maybe buy a jewelry piece and then they wear it a couple times and you're like, oh, I feel like this doesn't fit the trend now, this doesn't fit the clothes that I'm wearing now. But if you buy something modular like this, or even Idyl pieces, you can continue to switch them up, change the way they look, change the vibe that they're giving off, and you can just wear it for so many years to come. So this one, so cute. I wear it so often. It's definitely a more casual, cute piece, but I've received countless of compliments on it, and I think I can still buy this on the website, so if you can, I will link it down below. And then lastly, from like kind of more popular fashion houses, I do have these super cute dangly earrings from Celine. I have been loving Celine these days. They have so many cute bags, clothing styles, jewelry pieces as well. They have a really kind of Parisian look, which I love. It's just very like simple, elegant, and chic. And so I got these. I really love the Triomphe logo itself. I think it's really classic and clean looking. And so this one, which is a super simple straight drop stud with the Triomphe logo at the bottom, was really nice. I think it makes any outfit that I wear it with look quite elegant. And I really love dangly earrings. I think they just catch the light a lot more than just simple studs would. So this one with the Triomphe logo kind of etched into it does catch the light really beautifully. And so again, I've received so many compliments on them, and these ones you can definitely still buy on their website. And Celine jewelry pieces, and Celine in general, I would say is a lot more affordable than like Chanel or Dior. So I would highly recommend checking out Celine jewelry pieces if you're just starting out your kind of like luxury fashion house jewelry collection. Now moving back a little bit into gold pieces, I have another wonderful daily piece that I wear quite often. It is the Cartier Love Huggies, and these are just super simple. They have that wonderful love design that we all know and love, which is a just simple kind of gold band with that love logo etched into it. And they're just super simple. I usually wear these a lot as well if I'm just going to work, or if I'm doing something that requires no fuss or hassle, because again, they're solid gold, so I can just wear them without thinking. I can hop in the shower and I'm not like, oh my god, I need to get out of the shower, because I actually can't be wearing these earrings. I will say though that my lobes are quite small, I would say. Like my ears in general I think are a little bit small, so the huggy doesn't really hug my lobes. There's definitely some space between my lobe, where my lobe ends and where kind of like the huggy ends as well. I think it looks a little bit better on people whose lobes are a little bit more filled out, such that the lobe kind of is completely encased by this loop here, but it does still look really good on me. I have no qualms about it, but one of my friends has this as well, and I do think that her lobes fill out the huggies a little bit more than me, and I think they just look so cute and adorable on her. They look better on her than me, I think. But again, huggies are a pretty staple, I think, in anybody's jewelry collection. They're just really simple pieces that pair well with anything. I think that everybody should have a nice pair of huggies in their wardrobe because they're just grab and go, no thought necessary. And the Cartier ones are so beautiful, classic, and chic. And so I would definitely highly recommend these for a gift to yourself, a gift for a loved one. They're just absolutely stunning. Next up are some Meijuri pieces. I've actually only recently bought Meijuri. I think I got these earrings maybe last month. I had never bought any Meijuri pieces before then, but after getting these are like a daily for me as well. So I'm gonna start off with these. I have already gotten questions in a couple of my videos because I've been wearing them in a lot of my videos where I've gotten them from, but they are this beautiful pair of kind of huggy style gold earrings, but they kind of have this like oblong shape almost, and I think this really embodies kind of like the Parisian look where it's like solid gold or pearls with kind of like unique shapes or kind of asymmetry in their pieces, and they're just so beautiful. And I really like these, I think, because they give me a little bit more of a hugged look than the Cartier ones did. They really kind of sit really well on my earlobes and they kind of encompass a lot of the lobe, and so I think that look is really cute and chic. Yellow gold I think does definitely give off a different vibe than rose gold. I think rose gold is a little bit more cutesy, a little bit more kind of princessy look. The yellow gold gives me a little bit more mature look, so I think that's kind of why I've been gravitating a little bit more towards these as I get a little bit older. I'm definitely kind of shifting into a yellow gold phase of my life, but I think that these are so chic, and the best part is I think they're just really $50. They are insane for the price, so I would highly recommend checking these little huggies out if you're just looking for a really easy, cute pair of huggy studs. Now, Meijuri also does pearls really well, and so I bought these beautiful, I think these are called like Baroque style pearls. It's where the pearl is not a perfect spherical shape and you're kind of keeping the natural shape of the pearl. I originally was inspired to get these because Celine, I'll pop a picture here, has a pearl that is kind of like that Baroque style where it's like a very kind of asymmetrically shaped pearl with the Triomphe logo at the very top. I did try those on in store, but the pearl was actually like too big for my face, I would say, and the pearl was quite heavy on the ear because it was so big. So I did find this kind of similar alternative to that earring from Meijuri, again at a better price point because Meijuri is a little bit more affordable, but these are so cute. I do think that the kind of asymmetrical shape is a little bit more eye-catching. I think that sometimes the spherical shape is a little bit less casual, it's a little bit more formal, so these pearls I do like to wear with a little bit more of like a jeans look or like, again, a chunky sweater look, and kind of pairing along right with them. I did get this other pair from Meijuri to see which one I liked better, and I just ended up loving both, so I kept both. But they are very similar. They have that pearl up top, but they have a little bit more of a gold accent detail with this kind of, again, asymmetrical gold dangle as well. And so both of these I think have pretty similar vibe. I think that the Baroque style pearls, where it's just the pearls, can be elevated a little bit easier, but these ones give a little bit more of a casual feel. I love wearing both. I can wear them in all situations, and once again, I think they were just at a really great price point, and they're just a really nice staple to have. I probably have too many pearls in my collection now that I look at it, but pearls are a girl's best friend, just like diamonds. Speaking of pearls, we have 2 more pearl earrings to go through. I cannot believe, like, this is my first time really kind of taking a more objective look at my jewelry, I would say, and I do realize that I have quite a few pearl pieces, but these ones are from Tiffany. They, again, are a wardrobe staple, I think. They're just beautiful cultured round pearls. I'll put the sizing here because I don't exactly remember which one, but Tiffany does have a really large range of pearl sizes, so you can get the perfect one that fits your lobe really well. And they also do provide these pearls both in sterling silver as well as gold, so that's just personal preference. If you like the sterling silver, they're at a much affordable price point, but if you do like gold and you want to kind of have a little bit more of a long-lasting pearl in your collection, you can get the white gold as well. These ones are actually the sterling silver ones, I believe. I've had not really any tarnish. There's a little bit tarnishing on the backing, but again, you can just take these over to Tiffany, they'll clean them for you, and I've had really no issue with them. I tend to not wear just these solid pearls, I would say. Again, I think these give off a little bit more of a dressy feel. I do like dressing up, more of a princessy feel, but I do also think that I tend to dress a little bit more casually, so I don't gravitate towards these as much, but they are just really nice to have in case I do want to wear them. And then pretty much the last pearl items of the day are my matching Van Cleef Sweet Alhambra yellow gold mother of pearl studs. Now, these are another staple to have. I was, again, really considering if I should get the rose gold hammered sweet studs instead of these ones at the time of purchase, but I did feel like the rose gold doesn't really stand out. Again, it's really good for daily wear, but I did feel like typically for my ears, I do kind of want a little bit more of a standout statement piece. So because they're white gold, they do kind of pop a little bit from the ears more so than a rose gold earring would. And I, again, had so much rose gold in my collection at that point that I was like, I should step away a little bit. And again, these match my sweet necklace, and when they're worn kind of as a set, it is just the most cutest thing ever. So again, these are another really great gift or starter piece from Van Cleef. The sweet line across the board is more affordable, and they just give you like a little stepping stone into the brand to see if you do like their pieces. The only sweet size in Van Cleef collections that are a little bit not affordable are typically the white gold pieces. The white gold pieces typically come in set with diamonds actually. So like, for example, the sweet white gold necklace has diamonds set into it, the sweet ring will have diamonds, the bracelet will have diamonds. They don't just sell the white gold hammered version, I believe. So if you are a white gold girly, which I'm trying to become, it's a little bit less affordable, I would say. But if you love rose gold, you love yellow gold, dive right into the sweet collection at Van Cleef. We're now going to move into some of the Korean pieces. I'm just going to kind of breeze by through this because I'm not sure if everybody's interested in Korean pieces. I absolutely love them. They're just so dainty, affordable, and wearable. But a lot of them are from, again, those two brands, Dior and Justina. They're two of the most popular brands in Korea for jewelry. But these ones are this beautiful kind of almost paperclip-like earring from Dior. Once again, they have an aquamarine stone at the bottom. I love aquamarine because it's my birthstone. I was born in March, and I think it's just like a very muted stone that has that beautiful kind of like blue tinge to it. So anytime there's aquamarine, I do kind of gravitate towards it, I think. These ones are more affordable because these are actually made of sterling silver. They're just coated in rose gold. But I think that they are definitely a more statement piece. People always look and ask about them when I'm wearing them because they do have that kind of half kind of crescent pave at the bottom, and they are just so beautiful. Another piece from Dior and definitely a more statement one are these beautiful kind of asymmetrical dangly earrings. They have these beautiful, I don't even know what to call them, but they have these kind of like sculptured rose gold bits, 3 of them hanging here, the middle one having a little bit of like that pave look in it. And these ones I definitely gravitate towards more on a fancy occasion because they are just so beautiful. They catch the light and they dangle. I do think that I definitely gravitate a little bit towards dangly earrings for fancy events because I think they're just so elegant and they kind of like elongate this kind of portion of your face, elongate your neck and everything like that. So I definitely gravitate towards these. I wore these at my last Hermes event and I did receive so many compliments on my entire outfit there. So these are definitely a piece that I reach for a lot in my collection. Another piece from Dior, and again going into that modularity thing, like I cannot tell you how obsessed I am with things that are modular. I don't even know why. Like I think I was way ahead of the crowd in terms of getting pieces that were modular because I was getting these pieces like several years back before I think so many people were kind of now on that hype now. But this one is a beautiful huggy from Dior, and so Dior sells a lot of things that are just one off, not in the sense that they're like you can only buy one and that's it, they only made one, but in the sense where they don't sell things in sets. So for example, this earring is just sold by itself. If you want, you can buy 2 and make a set, but they typically just sell 1. And that's because Dior kind of encourages having asymmetry on your face, and I think it's so beautiful when you have kind of mix and match pieces across your necklaces, your earrings, your rings, and everything like that. So this one I just bought as a singular one to wear on either ear, it doesn't really matter. It gives you that kind of like double pierced effect. I only have a single piercing on both my ears, so I love it when you can kind of get like a cuff or kind of like a double piercing look just from a singular piercing here, and it's just so beautiful. And I bought it kind of to wear with this modular piece here, and so I would kind of wear this earring on one ear, and then for this one I bought a set of studs, which are these very, very simple cross rose gold studs. They're supposed to kind of mix stars, and I think it's so beautiful. These can be worn daily very neutrally as well, but then what I would typically do is I'll take one of these star studs and then match it with this modular backing here. And again, it just has that beautiful asymmetrical look with one dangle dangling more and the other dangle having a little bit shorter, and it does again create that kind of like double pierced look. And so once I wear all of these together, I have turned so many heads. People are like, oh my gosh, where do you get that? It's so beautiful, because I think that a lot of people tend to wear things that are matching, which is totally fine. You can see from my collection, most of my earrings come in sets, but it is really special to kind of create your own look with mixing and matching different pieces, having that asymmetry, having, you know, a stud here but a dangle here, and it's just creating your own personal style. And I love that. So I would again highly encourage you to check out this brand. I absolutely love them. Their quality is wonderful, amazing, and their pieces are just so chic, elegant, but also a little bit trendy, which I think I kind of lack sometimes in my collection. Next up are some pieces from Justina, and they are these beautiful thread dangle earrings. I have a couple of these actually. This is a really popular style in Korea where you kind of like thread one end through your ear and then have it just hang kind of halfway through your ear piercing. And you can kind of adjust the length any which way you want. So you could have it really long in the back or you could have it really long in the front, totally up to you. These ones are super cute. Justina's logo is a little tiara here, so it does have that little tiara logo at the bottom with a gray pearl attached here. I have two more kind of similar to that. One of them is this one. This one comes with a cuff. So you can cuff it to the top portion of your ear and then you kind of just thread it through your piercing and you kind of create this like canopy effect with your earring almost. This is not sold in a pair, again, like I mentioned. So this one will be kind of its own special thing on one ear, and then typical on the other ear, you could wear a singular stud to create a really asymmetrical look, or you could get another thread earring and kind of dangle it more towards the bottom, which kind of, you know, flows your face this way. And I think it's just so fun to mix and match those pieces, get your own beautiful look that only you have made, and I think that's just so special. And so the last dangle that I'll show you is quite similar to the other ones, but it does have just a couple of lab-grown diamonds in it. And it is this one, again, like Justina. I think this pairs, again, really well with any kind of like stud diamond necklace that you have as well. But this one has two diamonds here with a little gold ball as well. This came from the same line as that rose gold stud necklace I showed you from Justina. So beautiful, so elegant. Again, went off because I love that asymmetrical design. I also really like cuffs, so I showed you that cuff with kind of like that thread attached to it. I also have this really elegant and dainty cuff here, also from Justina. So this one has almost like a wooden or like a woven grass kind of look. It has a singular diamond here, and then it also has this kind of chain that dangles off of it. So when you wear it, it's just so beautiful because it has that tiny little diamond, and then it also has that little just like extra piece of that dangling chain here that makes it so lovely. Again, because I don't have any other piercings, and I don't really think I'm planning on getting any more piercings. I do like cuffs because they give me that ability to kind of change up my look without actually having to get another piercing. And now moving on to a couple of studs that I have. These are not quite studs, but they're almost like that. They're just very, very tiny dangling earrings which have a kind of rose gold stud up top, and then they have this tiny little dangle piece with the lab-grown diamond at the bottom. So these ones, again, were from the same line as that stud necklace I showed you, also from Justina, and worn as a set, I think it's just a really cute kind of dainty piece. I don't wear these as often because I think that they're actually maybe too small for my taste. I think if like maybe the stud at the top was a little bigger, it'd be nice, but if you love just flying under the radar, you love really tiny dainty pieces, this would be a great one for you. And now moving on to some stud essentials. These ones are also from Justina. They are just this beautiful stud with a little bit of a kind of asymmetrical setting with the gold around the center. I have studs right here that are just the very classic kind of like 4-prong look, which I think everybody has because they're just so easy. They don't get caught on anything. You can sleep on them, whatever. But these ones everybody has, so I was kind of gravitated towards these just because they have a little bit of a different setting, which makes them a little bit more special. You can see the gold a little bit more heavily on these. But once again, like these ones, I have yellow prong studs as well. I think you should have white gold, yellow gold, rose gold studs in your collection just so you can, you know, have them as kind of like a starting modular piece if you want, or again, just super easy. Whenever, sometimes like my ears just do get a little bit sensitive at times, so just pop the studs in and then they're good to go in a couple of days. I do also really like just solid gold anything, solid gold studs, solid gold necklaces, whatever. So these are just a really easy, simple pair of rose gold ball studs. These are just really nice. I wear these to work a lot as well because these never get caught in anything. They're circular, they're easy to wear, they have short backing, so I sleep with these a lot as well. But you know, it's kind of at this point I feel like weird for me to not have anything in my ears, so sometimes when I don't want anything complicated, I just pop in these solid gold studs and I just go about my day. And then lastly, for earrings, I do have these really cute heart dangly earrings. They have a little heart here at the stud base, and then they have two little dangling probably cubic zirconia here, and these are made by Swarovski. They are so cute. I've definitely received compliments on these, but the reason why I got these I think is pretty funny. There's this Korean drama that I was really obsessed with called Crash Landing on You, and the actress wore them in like one scene for like a split second during a really emotional kind of like reuniting of this couple that the drama is focused on. And when she was wearing them, I was like, oh my god, they're so cute. And I did a ton of research on what those earrings were at that particular scene for that particular second, and I did end up managing to find them, and they were from Swarovski. So anytime I wear these earrings, I do think of my favorite drama and my favorite actress couple. And I think it's so funny, I've never really been influenced to buy anything off of like TV or something that somebody's wearing, but for some reason these earrings just called to me through the screen of the TV that I needed to have these. Now, moving on to rings, I am going to just start with some white gold, and the first thing I will start with is a piece from Meijuri. And so I actually got these pieces because Van Cleef actually has something very similar from their perlee collection. They have a ring that honestly looks almost the same as this. This is from Meijuri. It is sterling silver and it is like super cheap, maybe like, I don't know, $30 or something. And I got this because I wanted to kind of test out the design. The one from Van Cleef is, I don't know, like 1.2 or 1.3K, and I felt like it was just like a really simple design. I wasn't sure if I would like it enough to think that it was going to be worth that money. So when I saw this on Meijuri, as I was kind of like looking at those earrings, I was like, oh, let me just add it to my cart and I'll wear it around and see if I like it. But I really love it. I think that the design, although very simple, does stand out, and I think that the texture makes it really look elegant and almost looks like little pearl balls kind of like surrounding your finger. So because I love this one so much, I'm definitely considering getting the one from Van Cleef. This one is also very nice from Meijuri, but it's very like white. Like the silver doesn't really match with my other silver pieces or even my white gold pieces. If you love that really radiant look, go for it for sure, but it's a little hard to match with my other pieces, and that's kind of why I'm considering getting the Van Cleef piece. This one is a very fun piece. I got it quite a while ago from my grandparents, I think in middle school, but it's this white gold piece with a beautiful 5-petaled flower on it. And I think that florals are so in fashion, and I think that a lot of luxury fashion houses do like floral designs really well. I love like the floral tuiles from Dior, and I really never wore this piece for quite some time because I just really had nowhere to wear it. But now that I'm a little bit older and I have like a lot of things in my wardrobe that can match with this floral design, I do love wearing this out. It's just a little bit of a statement piece. I think it's so cute and adorable. This kind of like woven band is also coming back. I've seen quite a few woven bands when I was looking for engagement rings instead of just kind of like a clean, a singular band. I think it's because people enjoy that texture that it gives. It also creates a little bit more surface area for kind of light to reflect off it. So I think it's so cute. Next up are 2 Hermes rings. This one is the ever so classic Chain d'Ancre ring in sterling silver. I got this one in sterling silver because, again, I like to kind of like test out designs. So the sterling silver design of this at Hermes is much more affordable than the rose gold version of the ring as well. This one is definitely a little bit like kind of big and a little bit more statement than a lot of the pieces in my collection, but anytime you buy sterling silver at Hermes, it's definitely more of a larger design. So like, for example, this one, if you bought this piece in the rose gold, the links are a little bit smaller, or they have like a really popular kind of like loop earring that they also have. The sterling silver ones are huge, whereas the kind of like rose gold ones are quite smaller. Don't really know why that is, probably just because it's cheaper to produce sterling silver so they can make the designs a little bit bigger, but I do think that this is a really classic design. I absolutely love it. I think so many people have it, but they have it for a reason. It was definitely a good starting piece to kind of kick off my white gold sterling silver collection, and anytime I am kind of leaning towards wearing white gold or silver, I definitely have this on my finger. Next up is a white gold piece that I picked up from Hermes pretty recently, and it is the Ariane Love wedding band. This one is super simple for daily wear. I wanted to get something that I could wear a little bit more casually and something that I didn't have to fuss over. So this one does feature kind of like a double banded design with these kind of 3 vertical lines running down it, and it's super simple to wear. You can see here that it just fits really cleanly on the finger. You could wear it 2 ways. You can wear it such that one vertical line is like straight down the middle of your finger, or you can kind of offset it so it just kind of looks like you're wearing 2 rings at once. Both the designs I think are just very clean and classic, and I thought this was a really nice piece to add to my collection. Lastly, we're going to move on to my rose gold rings. I don't actually have any yellow gold rings. Everything kind of on my wrists and my hands, definitely I haven't expanded anything yet, but I'm hoping to very soon. But I'll just quickly go through some of the rings that are my favorites actually. So We cannot leave out the beautiful Cartier small love ring. This one I bought as a couple ring with my boyfriend. He got the white gold version because he prefers white gold. I got the rose gold because I love the rose gold. I think Cartier rose gold is also a happy medium rose gold as well. I think it matches pretty well with my Van Cleef rose gold, which I think sometimes when you wear rose gold pieces, it's hard to find brands that have like the same shade of rose gold, which can make things look a little bit off when you're trying to match different brands together. But I do think that Cartier and Van Cleef match really well together. Maybe it's because they are owned by the same parent company, but who knows? Love wearing their pieces together. So this is definitely a daily ring for me. I just wear it. This is definitely a daily wear for me. It's so simple and elegant. Definitely the kind of love branding is very recognizable, but it's not loud in any way, and so I really love it. Next up is something that I always wear when I'm wearing out kind of like my rose gold jewelry as well. It's from this private jeweler in Korea, and it's this beautiful kind of cut gold circular kind of offset rose gold band. And I did receive a comment in one of my recent videos asking where I got this from, but unfortunately you definitely cannot get this in America. It's a very boutique brand. Again, like I said, I love it when they cut gold in the way that when you kind of like turn and shimmer it, it catches the light and shines even though it has no jewels on it. And this ring has definitely caught the attention of so many people because it's so special, right? Very few people in the world, I'm sure, have this ring since it's a very kind of like small jewelry brand in Korea. I absolutely love it. I always wear it kind of like paired with my love ring, like so. Next up is also something that I bought to kind of like try on a design before I actually bought the real thing. Honestly, I think it's a pretty good idea if you're ever like on the fence about something. Buying something similar first at a cheaper price point is a great way to get familiar with the design before you spend a lot of money on it, because sometimes that's definitely happened to me. I spent a lot of money on something and I actually don't end up liking it and I really regret it. It's too late to return it. So I actually bought this ring like a year ago because I wanted to kind of get a feel for the Hermes Chain d'Ancre ring design as well. This one is from Didier Dubot. It's pretty different, I would say, if you kind of compare it to the Chain d'Ancre ring. It's pretty different, but it still kind of has that like linked design almost. And so I was like, you know what, this is quite affordable. Let me just get this one in Korea. And I love that it was also rose gold. This one is really thin though. It's definitely not as like high quality as the one you would get from Hermes, which is quite like of a thick rose gold design. But again, it did give me that idea that I do actually really like that kind of like linked chain design. So I still wear this very, very often. I am considering getting the rose gold one from Hermes. But in the meantime, I think this is like a very muted alternative that is definitely affordable and super cute. Next up are some really stackable rings. So in Korea, it's really popular to buy things called like thread rings. They're called like shipment in Korean, and they are these rings that are super, super, super thin, but you can wear a ton of them on your hands, kind of just like stacked at different lengths. So for example, I just like threw 3 on right here. But you can see they're super, super thin, and they all have like slightly different designs. So this one has that kind of cutting design where you can see the light just reflect even if you're not really moving so much, so it does catch the eye more than a regular band would. This one is just a regular band. It has no detailing at all. It's super simple. It's just a nice kind of like complement to other rings that you're wearing on your hand. And then lastly, this one is a very classic one that I love to wear. It's just a simple singular, I don't think it's a diamond, I think it's just like a cubic zirconia or whatever, surrounded by this kind of pave with a slight bit of cut right next to the center stone. I love wearing a lot of rings on my hands at a time, so if you wore a lot of like complex designs, it gets like way too messy in your hands. So instead, I like to wear a lot of rings that are super, super simple, but together they create a really harmonious look. Now we're going to move to the bottom drawer, which is a little bit more of bracelets and things like that. So down here, we have a couple more just like super fun fashion earrings up top, which I'm not really going to talk about. But here we have the ever popular love bangle from Cartier. So you can see that I kind of have that trio Cartier love set. I have the bangle, I have the huggies, I also have the ring. But I will say my biggest luxury regret, I think, is actually the Cartier love bangle. I might do a separate video talking a little bit more in depth of why I think that. But just to do really briefly, I think that bangles and my wrist shape don't really go hand in hand together. I have really, really thin wrists, so even though this is the smallest available size, this is the 15, and I can wear the 14 in the Justin Clue, even though I wear like the smallest sizes, it's still like a little bit too big for my wrist. It kind of like shifts and like goes up and down my arm in a way, and it also leaves these impression marks from the clasp on the side, and so I just feel like it's not really suitable for my particular wrists. And so I didn't know that before buying. I was like so enamored by everyone loving their Cartier love bangle. So I was like, oh my gosh, everybody loves it. I love looking at it, so let me just get it. And then after wearing it for about a month, I was like, oh, I actually don't love wearing this that much. I think that's such a waste because this is definitely one of the most expensive pieces in my jewelry collection, but I wear this maybe like 10 times a year, I want to say, like just occasionally on special occasions. And a lot of people wear this like religiously, daily, so the cost per wear goes down a lot, but for me, it's just a little bit uncomfortable to wear. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Love bangle. I do kind of like the Just Include bangle because it does come out in a slightly smaller size, the 14. The 14 fits me a little bit better, and additionally because it's got that roundedness, it doesn't have any of these like out-sticking grooves or anything that can leave impressions. It does look a little bit more comfortable, so I've definitely been a little bit on the fence, but generally I think that me and bangles don't get along very well, so I'm not really planning on buying one anytime soon. Next up is a really simple layering piece from Justina again. It is this beautiful rose gold kind of like double bracelet look. One of the bracelets here is a just solid gold rose gold chain, and then over here we have a very similar one, but it instead has these kind of like little crystal details with circles and little kind of clover looking things, and this just pairs really well. Like I said, the only piece that I religiously never take off from my jewelry collection is this Sweet Alhambra rose gold bracelet from Van Cleef. This was given to me by my boyfriend. It was his very first gift to me ever, so it's just really special to me, so I never take it off. So this one from Justina pairs really well together with it. The rose gold from Van Cleef actually can change colors. Since I've worn this daily for about 2 years, the rose gold has gone to a little bit more of a yellow gold for sure. I'll kind of try to pop a picture in if I have it, but still, even though it's a little bit more yellow gold, I think it's like faint enough so it still matches really well with other rose gold bracelets in my collection. And because of this kind of like layered design with the double bracelet, this pairs really well with any rose gold bracelet that I'm wearing. And then lastly for bracelets, I do have this super cute gift I got from one of my friends. This is the Hermes Be Happy Double Tour bracelet, I believe. So it's double-sided. You can either wear it with the Nata side or you can wear it with the Etube side. And it has this gorgeous rose gold buckle here. And all my friends know I love rose gold. So this is really great because I feel like one dark side, one light side makes it really versatile for summer or winter. So usually for the colder months, I do kind of tend to wear it on the Etube side, but for summer and spring, I definitely switch it over to the Nata side. Because it's a leather bracelet, it gives off a really casual feel, so I love pairing it with more casual outfits as well. And then we're nearing the end of this jewelry collection video, but I did want to share this super cute brooch that I have. I'm not really a brooch person, but I think having a Chanel brooch is just so classic. So this Chanel brooch is a little special, I think, because it features both pearls, but it also has these kind of black gems, which I think is a more unique twist on the more classic Chanel brooches that you do see. But I tend to just pin this on a tweed jacket or a tweed dress. We all know that Chanel is queen of tweed, so I love pairing it with anything tweed. But I think because it does have the black gems, it does allow it to be a little bit more casual, so you can wear this on a slightly less dressy occasion, which I really love. But I think this will probably be the only brooch that I get from Chanel. I don't wear it too often, but when I do, it's definitely beautiful. And then lastly is pretty much the only watch that I currently wear at the moment, and it's my only nicer watch. It is the Cape Cod watch from Hermes in the stainless steel, and I think this is so gorgeous. The things that really drew me to this watch is number one, the band. It has this beautiful kind of seamless, elegant band design such that any which way you turn it, you can't really see the clasp to how you close the watch, which I really loved. And I love metal watch bands because you can remove links, so it fits really well on my wrist, even though my wrist is quite small. Another thing that I really loved is the curved face that the Cape Cod watch has. A lot of faces, you know, are either like circular or they're just quite flat, but the curvature really allows the face to have this kind of like really elegant sheen to it almost, and it again, I think it allows it to fit a little bit more comfortably on the wrist. And then lastly, I think that the design is just so elegant, so simple. It's not screaming luxury watch. If you look at it, I think most people wouldn't know what brand it's from, which is something that I really enjoyed about the watch. And then lastly, at my very bottom drawer here is just where I kind of keep like knickknacks and a lot of the jewelry pouches that come with a lot of my pieces. So for example, this is my Love Bangle jewelry pouch. I have a lot of Van Cleef ones as well in here. And so this is just a really nifty place to keep all my things together so that whenever I do go out on travel, all my things are here to just like pop my pieces in and then go. I also have just some other random things. I have like the guarantee cards in here. I have my Chanel card holder here as well. But this bottom drawer here from the Pottery Barn jewelry case is quite deep, so you could easily fit like glasses, sunglasses, anything in it. This is kind of just like my knickknacks drawer, but you can use it however you'd like. My jewelry box is pretty much overflowing at this point. I've kind of stuffed it to the brim. I do also have this really cute one here. This is actually from Lady M. It was from their Mooncake special edition box. So inside you can actually open it like this and it forms a jewelry box here. So there's little drawers here. They have little places where you can put earrings or rings, and then alternatively on this side you have a place where you can store necklaces here. Isn't this so adorable? I think this was like $80 and it also came with mooncakes in the drawer. So I gave some away as gifts and I kept one for myself. I don't know if I'll actually use it as a jewelry case because it's just so beautiful to look at, but I think, you know, who knows, if I need the extra space, I will just pop things in here. But I did just want to show you this because number one, it's so cute. Number two, I would highly recommend anytime like the Lunar New Year comes around, check out Lady M. They have the cutest like storage boxes available. They always have something cute. But that brings us to a wrap on my entire luxury jewelry collection. I hope that you enjoyed it and you did find some pieces that you are considering adding to your piece as well. I did want to show you guys what I am giving away in this video. Many thanks to Idyl for allowing me to get this for you guys and give it away to you guys. But it is one of their beautiful studs. So this is their petite studs. This can either be worn singularly, like in your mane here, but I also wanted to get the smaller version just in case any of you guys did have a double piercing. It would be a perfect double piercing as well. But I did want to give away one of their starter studs to one of you guys, one of my lovely subscribers, because I wanted to get you guys started on your Idyl collection. Their pieces are honestly so beautiful, so well made, and I would love for you guys to share everything that I love about Idyl as well. The way to enter the giveaway is super simple. It's very similar to the other giveaways that I've done in the past, but it's number one, subscribe or be subscribed to my channel. Number two, like this video. And number three, comment down below which piece of jewelry from my collection was your favorite. I'm also allowing bonus entries again. So the way that you do your bonus entry is that you have to comment your Instagram handle on this YouTube page, and then you go over to Idyl's Instagram page and follow them there. So you need to make sure that you comment your Instagram handle on this video so that it can be cross-referenced and checked to see that you're following Idyl's Instagram page, just so you do get that bonus entry. Idyl's Instagram as well as their homepage will be linked down below. Again, please go check them out as soon as you can. They always have the most amazing, wonderful sales, promotion deals, so you are always getting the best bang for your buck for honestly the most beautiful diamonds. If you have any questions or comments about anything you saw in the video, please leave them down below. I always love reading all of your comments. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye!